Welcome, viewers. Jai Shri Ram to all of you. Welcome to another inspirational segment. Today I will chant one verse, as a matter of fact, one chaupai of the Ramcharitamanas, where we will see how the Lord teaches us by action, Bhagavan Shri Rama. Before doing so, we offer a short prayer, and I shall sing to you the very first chaupai in KISKINDHA KAAND. A wonderful message is echoed by the Lord. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pathaye Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. In this chapter, KISKINDHA KAAND, it opens with four powerful words. Aage Chale Bahuri Raghuraya. Four powerful words we'll talk about today. And these are very important words, and words that are very applicable to our lives. This is why KISKINDHA KAAND of Ramayana is a very appropriate Kand, especially when fear comes to our lives. And we shall see here, amidst many negative forces, the civilized, the disciplined-minded person moves on very fearless, abhayam. And Tulsidas Ji writes for us, for our own motivation, for our own happiness, the glories of Lord Shri Rama, as he teaches in action. Aage chale bahuri raghuraya vrishmukh parbat niyar aaya taharah sachiva sahit sugriva taharah sachiva sahit sugriva आवत देखी अतुल बल सेवा आवत देखी अतुल बल सेवा श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय These are very powerful words, my dear brothers and sisters. Aage chale bahuri raghuraya. Now the word aage means ahead. Chale means proceed. Bahuri then Raghuraya, the divine Lord. Referring to Lord Shri Rama. The Lord then proceed ahead. We are told that Shri Ram moved ahead. He pushed ahead. The question here is, proceeding from where? Proceeding from what? What was the condition Shri Ram was leaving behind? These are some pertinent questions that needs plausible answers. We must, look very carefully at the trials and tribulations, difficulties Shri Ram had up to this point of the Ramcharitmanas. And here the Lord himself teaching us in action. Life is not smooth at all times. They are roller coaster. They're stumbling blocks. And the Lord came himself teaching us how we can eradicate and alleviate all these problems. Do not take this problem and drop and wait until tomorrow or someone to help you. Get up and help yourself. This is what the Lord is teaching us in this powerful Chaupai. Where was he coming from? He was coming from the separation of his parents. He was coming from the separation from the place where he appeared. He took his manifestation, Ayodhya. The people who he used to, who he was accustomed to, who he loved so much. He was coming from the separation from his father, from his mothers, from his brothers. He was coming from the separation from all his friends in Ayodhya. He was also coming from the separation as he was in the forest. His father died. He did not turn back. And at this point, in this Chaupai here, the first Chaupai in KISKINDHA KAAND, he was coming from the separation from his beloved wife, Sita, who was abducted by the demonic king, Ravana. Devotees, when one examines all these issues, these separation, we see that Shri Ram at this time was indeed in misery, if I am permitted to use that word. Indeed, when we look back at where he was coming from, we have to look at the trials and tribulation of our life. Many of our own people suffer this kind of loss. You'll agree with me. We suffer this kind of separation. How do we deal with these kinds of situations? Many of us turn to the negative forces and sometimes attempt suicide as most practical in this world. We give up. We are beyond tolerance. These are the kind of victim of this nature we expect. But my dear devotees of God, although Shri Ram is coming from unpleasantness, although he is coming from disappointments, although he is coming from sadness, Tulsidas begin a chapter of the Ramayana with these powerful words, Aage chale bahuri raghuraya. He moved on. The Lord moved forward. There is no giving up at all. No giving up at all. And my dear devotees of God, the Lord shows us very clearly here that there must be perseverance. And we must hold on to our aims and objectives. This is what makes this Chaupai so powerful. And Shri Ram is setting an example here, because in this Chaupai, Tulsidas ji used the word Raghuraya. He uses the word with a lot of force and appropriateness, because this very Chaupai could have been sung in many other ways. Aage chale bahuri raghubira. He could have used Raghubira or Aage chale bahuri raghunatha or Siyarama. But he used the word Raghuraya because Raya means a king, a leader of a country, a leader of a nation. And that sets the pace, the example for his followers. And if Shri Ram would have turned back here, my dear brothers and sisters, as a weak person give up, what an embarrassment it would have been on his part as a leader, as a king of his people. Hence, Tulsidas ji must be highly commended for using these powerful words here to describe our Lord Sri Rama. And what is most admirably here is, in our life, we seems to keep the problems ahead of us. All of us have problems in our daily lives. As the days unfold, my dear brothers and sisters, problems comes into our life. You'll agree with me, all of you are challenges to this. You are all seemingly challenging these problems. But here, we are given priority to those problems. The Lord teaches us, give priority to those problems. And so long as we have problems arising before us, we suppress and we block in hindrance. You know, always move forward. Don't stay back. Don't look back. You know, every car has 4 or 5 forward gear, right? You know, only one reverse gear, you know. One reverse gear. And sometimes you hardly use that. Sometimes to reverse to park, you may look for a bigger parking so you can come in and just park. That's it, no reversing. That is a good attitude. You know, don't go backward. Very seldom, you know, we can reflect a little, minimum. What you should reflect on? Our blunders and our errors. And try to move forward, correcting them, and move forward positive. You see, the car has 5 forward gear and 1 reverse gear. We use the forward gear only to move forward. Also, that very car has a huge windshield, but a small rear view mirror. And you hardly look into that mirror sometimes. It means do not reflect upon your past. What is gone is shrouded in darkness. But what is ahead of you makes a big difference in your positive life. So, Aage Chale Bahuri Raghuraya, 4 words, only in the first quarter of the Shopai. Look at the great message the Lord is sending to all of us. He teaches by action. Please, my dear brothers and sisters, let us take this message seriously. For those of us who are experiencing problem, do not give up. Never, ever give up. Always lift your head high and move forward. Don't let anything stop you from living your life. We are all blessed to live a decent, a wonderful, a happy life. Besides the problems, solve them, eradicate them, alleviate them, and move forward. Aage Chale Bahuri Raghuraya. Don't forget these 4 words. Take it seriously in your life. And I guarantee you, there will be a difference in your life. There will be positiveness. I thank you for your listening once again, as these beautiful message comes to you now and again. And thank you all for your wonderful comment. Jai Shri Ram.